Went into this movie expecting the I didn't get that. Got an awesome movie though. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So Rogue One, a Star Wars story is directed by Gareth Edwards and stars Felicity Jones, Diego Luna, Ben Mendelsohn, Mads Mikkelsen, Donnie Yen, Jiang Wen, I believe is how you pronounce his name, and Forest Whitaker. And this movie is set just before the first Star Wars movie. To some people out there who know it as A New Hope, it's A New Hope, but it's not, it's Star Wars. And we follow this group of rebels whose mission it is to find out the Death Star plans and find a weakness. And that's all I want to say about the plot for this movie, because I don't want to spoil anything else for you guys. I want you to go into this movie knowing virtually nothing other than what the trailer showed you, because that's how I went into this movie. I literally avoided everything I could about this movie. From the trailer that showed the back of Darth Vader's helmet and a little bit of his breathing, I just went, nope, that's it. I don't want to see any more. I don't want to know if Darth Vader's in the movie more than that. I do not want to know a thing. And coming out of this movie, I was so happy with what I saw. It was a great movie. I was thoroughly entertained from start to finish. I don't think it's as good as The Force Awakens, but it's definitely one of the best movies of the year. Or at least most fun and entertaining movie. This movie does have its issues, which I'll get into in a minute, but first the things that I did like. That being the cast, they were all fantastic in this movie. Felicity Jones does a really good job in this film. She's continually impressed me the more and more I've seen her in movies, and I thought she did a really good job as Jyn Erso, this quite emotionally guarded person. She doesn't like showing her emotions too much, but you really can tell she does care about certain people in her life. And although bad stuff has befallen her, it hasn't made her a weaker person. It's in fact made her a lot stronger. The rest of the cast all do a great job as well. Donnie Yen being one of my favourite characters in the entire movie, along with K2SO, voiced by Alan Tudyk, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He brought a lot of a comic relief to this movie. He was fantastic, he was hilarious, and you do care about his character despite the fact he's just a robot. Ben Mendelsohn did a great job as the main antagonist in this movie. He was menacing, he had that presence about him. There were times where I felt it was a bit over the top, but for the most part he was really good. Mads Mikkelsen, one of my favourite all-time actors, also gives a great performance. Diego Luna's good, Forest Whitaker's good. The only issue I really have with Forest Whitaker's character is the voice he chose to do for his character. When I first heard it, I was like, okay, maybe I'll get used to it, but I really didn't. I don't know why he chose to do that specific voice for that character. Don't get me wrong, the actor does a good job. I really like Forest Whitaker as an actor. I think he's fantastic. And he delivered a fantastic performance in this movie. It was just the voice that he did that put me off a little bit. Another character that I do have to touch upon is Darth Vader is in this movie, and yes, I got nerd little goosebumps as soon as he appeared on screen. It is followed as well by his theme, which was great. I loved it. As soon as he appeared, followed by his theme, I had a big smile on my face. And to hear James Earl Jones's voice again as that character, it was amazing. I loved it. The only thing I will say is Darth Vader is not in the movie as much as some people are hoping he's in. Like I said, as soon as I saw the trailer and I saw the back of his helmet, I stopped watching the trailers because I didn't want to know anything else. That way I didn't get my hopes up. I wasn't expecting him to be in the movie for pretty much half the runtime, and so I wasn't disappointed by the fact he only appears in a couple of scenes. Altogether, he only has about 5 minutes of screen time, if that. But being a Star Wars nerd that I am, it was great seeing him back on screen. He's one of the most iconic villains ever. I loved it. It was amazing. And touching on the musical theme for Darth Vader returning, this is the first Star Wars movie that isn't actually composed by John Williams. I believe anyway, at least live action movie. And although there are throwbacks and references to his original score, the new score for this movie was great. I loved it. It was fast paced when it needed to be. It was emotional when it needed to be. There were nice themes for certain characters. And Gareth Edwards did a great job of directing this movie as well, especially in the action sequences, which looked absolutely stunning. That combined with the space battles and the visual effects, it was absolutely beautiful to watch on screen. But now onto my issues with the movie, and there's only a small issue that I really have, and that is what made the other Star Wars movies so great is we fell in love with the characters. We had enough character depth with the characters in those movies that we cared about them, and when they were in peril, we were scared that they might not make it out. Although we know the outcome of this movie, we know that the rebels do get the Death Star plans and they do escape. We don't know if our main heroes escape, and although Jyn Erso's character did get all the character development she needed, and I did care about her, every other character was just thrown in with no real backstory or character development. And this is where I feel the movie suffers from the most, because all of these characters are introduced within the first act, which they do need to be, but it's kind of like they're just thrown there after each scene cuts away to another character. It's almost like the filmmakers were going, here's this character, here's this character, here's this character, now I need to get to the action sequences, to get to the end, to get to Darth Vader. At least that's what it felt like to me personally. I didn't feel like I had enough chance to get to know these characters or fall in love with them like I did the other characters in the other Star Wars movies. Other than that though guys, this movie is fantastic. I had a great time in this film. The action is incredible, the story is great. Although we know the outcome, it was still tense, action-packed and gripping. It kept me invested in the characters and of the story. Jyn Erso's character especially. The acting was great, the score was great, the direction was fantastic, and there are some wonderful, beautiful references to the classic Star Wars movies we know and love. Some of them can be really obvious and in your face, but I really didn't care about that because it put a big smile on my face. It was amazing. But there are the odd few that are hidden in the background, which if you notice, again, you just smile. You're so happy that it's there. And because of all that, despite the little character development issue that I had so much fun with this movie. It's one of the most entertaining and fun movies of the year for me. And so I have to give Rogue One, A Star Wars Story 5 stars. So, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Have you guys seen it yet? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks to those for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you all in the next video.